actually do it at home very simply. So you take a petals over here. The tip of the petals over here need to be very thin, whereas over here, or the bottom side over here, it need to be slightly thicker. So I roll out my petals very tightly because I like the bark over here to be curled up very nicely and tightly. I take a second piece, make sure they are level to each other, petals, and I slowly press it down. And you can see that it is actually this type of shape that I'm looking for. I take the next pieces, again it needs to be level, and I slightly tuck it into the bark of the roses. And I repeat that this is a very simple roses. It should not take more than 7 to 10 minutes to make the roses. Again, the same technique, level over here, and I press the two sides and make sure I tuck it in very nicely. And the bottom over here, I make sure that I tuck it in so that the eyes stick very nicely to the base of the buds. And you can see that the roses start to build up very nicely over here. And it's very important, as the roses, the bark need to be very close and tight in the middle. Again, I take one more pieces, same technique, and you can see that the bark actually come out quite nicely now. And if it is too long, don't worry, just cut it off. Put it aside so that you can reuse them again. And you can see that my roses start to open up now. So I curl up the tip over here, the petals, so that it looks a little bit real. I take another piece over here. Again, it needs to be level, or else you do not really want a cabbage. Sometimes the roses will look like a cabbage if you put the petals and the formation of the petals is not right. Okay. Again, same technique. I fold in both sides of the petals and I open it up. And I make sure that I curl the roses because I want the roses to look really, really natural. And I curl up. Okay, and very soon I'm going to show you how to shave the petals, which is a very simple technique that I'll share with everyone. Well, it's Saturday night, and I thought that what is better than to show the simple technique with every one of you. Cut it off over here. And the little technique that I have over here is that I use the box to cover up my icing so that it will not dry up. Very important, do not let your icing dry up. I roll up like a cylinder or a sausage, then I cut into sizes, a small chunk, about this size. I roll it up into the ball, press it on the table. I roll it up into a ball, press it on the table. And what I do is that I gently shave my petals. And very important, you must put some oil on the table and oil your hand as well. And you just shave it. And see how simple it is? The petals is done. You shave it very lightly, very gently, and be very patient. It's a very simple and basic roses that I'm making. For those that just joined me, just to explain what I'm doing, I'm actually making a very simple roses, a very basic simple roses that you can use it for your birthday cake. So be very patient with me. It might take a few minutes for me to shave a few more petals. Roll it into the bowl. Press it on the table. Pressing your palette knife on the table and you shave it. Okay, and you take out your roses again and you slowly stick it to the side of your roses and make sure you curl. And when you look at the roses, it's very important that they need to look quite genuine and quite natural. And you keep on putting it together and make sure you hold it tight and then you curl up the petals. Very important. So that your roses will look very natural. Make sure you press it in or else the petals will start dropping off. Take another piece, press it on, very important, you press it on. And then you curl up your petals again. And you see that your rose will start to shape up now. So for those that join me, I'm making a very simple roses that should not take more than 7 minutes to make a rose. Okay? And curl up the petals. Make sure you curl up the petals so that they look real. Okay, the last one. I think we should be almost there. And then you put on the table and make sure you shape it. And if it is not enough petals, you can add 1 or 2 more quite easily, which I see that over here is quite empty. So I'm going to add 1 more and that's it. Press it on the table and I shape it. Okay, I'm going to add 1 more petals over here and make sure I press it on and I curl it again. And it's very important that you have to look from the top side of the roses and you start to adjust, and you can curl up the petals so that they look very, very natural. Not one petals will look the same to the next one. So always look, you have to do and you have to practice, and I believe that practice makes perfect. Okay?